Everyone, welcome back to our e-learning class. I'm Mr. Amol Yadav, Assistant Professor, Jayawantrao Savan College of Engineering, Pune. So today we are here going to discuss about the unit number 2, that is impulse turbine. Okay. So before starting the unit number 2, we will revise the first unit. Okay. So in unit number 1, you all are understood the impact of jet on moving and fixed surfaces, various types of flow geometries, fundamental governing equation associated with the turbine. Okay, you can study it. Okay, now I hope you all are gained lots of knowledge from our senior faculty members, that is Professor Ellen Mane and Professor A.S. Baune. So I want to thanks both of them. Okay, he has covered lots of things, and you have received various or we can say, well, you again lots of knowledge from them. Okay, now from today onwards you will understand the unit number 2. Okay, and how the various concepts from unit number 1 is applied in unit number 2. Now first of all, you can understood the what is the course outcome of now, at the end of the unit number 2, okay, you can able to understand the impulse water turbine with design aspect. Okay, so you can understand the how impulse turbine is designed, how the number of blades, number of jets, or we can say number how the head is selected. Okay, so we can understand from the design criteria, then selection criteria, then performance parameter, then characteristic curve for its use in hydraulic power plant. So characteristics is the one of the most important parameter in a hydraulic power plant. Okay, because based on the discharge, based on the power, and based on the efficiency, okay, we can plot the some various curves. Okay, so that is nothing but a characteristics curve. Now we start from the history of power plant. So first knowledge of hydropower developed recorded in Norwegian history is a small water wheel driving a flour mill. Okay, in 11th century. So you can understand from this picture. So this is a some of a water wheel. We can say water wheel. Okay, so it is used for the irrigation purpose. Okay. Later on, in the late 19th century, hydropower becomes a source for electricity generation. Now, and after that, the first commercial hydropower plant was built at Niagara Falls in 1879. First power plant, the generation capacity is only 200 watt. But now next now for day by day the demand is increased. So up to 20th century, the Norway approximately generated the electricity that is how 100 megawatt. Okay, and next dramatically change happened in 1907 and to 1916. Okay, so first boom in developing the hydro power plant comes in 1907 to 1916, when electrochemical and metallurgical industry started in Norway. So next we production of hydraulic power plant. Now, as we know, the hydraulic power plant runs on the one of the best principle, that is the conservation of energy principle, and this principle invented by a famous scientist in 14th century, that is Leonardo da Vinci. The principle is the energy cannot be created nor be destroyed. It can be converted into one form to another form. So based on this principle, okay, you can clearly understand. So the energy in the reservoir, so you can see the reservoir. So energy, water is stored in the form of potential energy. Okay, now after the that potential energy is again converted into kinetic energy after we opening the control valve. Now after the control valve opening, water flows to the penstock and in the form of kinetic energy. then that kinetic energy again converted into mechanical, okay, in turbine. So now water striking on the turbine, okay, then the blades are moving around the shaft, okay, so the electricity is generated by using the generator. So now after the generating the electricity, water falls by down to the turbine by using the draft tube or outlet of the pipe, and then we will use for the multi-purpose, that the irrigation or whatever. Here we clearly understood the how the energy conversion is happen. Now in water at high level, so you can say as a potential energy. Now that potential energy again converted to kinetic energy. So in that case we also called as a water flowing from upstream to downstream, okay. So for downstream we convert into kinetic energy, then again that kinetic energy again convert into mechanical energy in turbine only, and then mechanical energy again convert into electrical energy by using the alternator, okay. Now next one is classification of hydraulic plant. Now there are two classifications are there. First one is hydraulic classification of hydraulic plant, and second one is classification of hydraulic turbine. So first we'll discuss about the hydraulic plant. Now first is according to the capacity. Now first is the large. So large capacity means in between or we can say more than 100 megawatt is nothing but a large capacity power plant. Then medium means in between 40 to 100 megawatt. So megawatt means what? 1 into 10 raised to 6 is nothing but a 1 megawatt. Getting? So can you imagine the range of the generation of electricity? Okay. Now for this small we can say 1 to 125 megawatt. For mini plant we can say 100 kilowatt to 1 megawatt. For micro plant we can say 5 to 100 kilowatt. For FICO less than 5 kilowatt. The second is according to the head. So according to the head we can say high head, medium head and low head. Third one is according to the purpose. So first is single and second one is multi-purpose. So single purpose means what? We only use for the electricity, okay, and multi-purpose means we are using for electricity as well as irrigation as well as industrial, so etc. This is nothing but a multi-purpose. And last one is according to the load. So first one is base load and second one is peak load. So base load means what? The steady load, or we can say continuously a plant is running, okay. And peak load means at the peak condition we started this plant. For example, in case of some summer days, okay, so demand of the electricity is maximum, so that period is called as a peak period. Now next classification is according to next classification is according to the hydraulic turbine. Now first is according to type of energy at inlet. So first is impulse turbine and second one is reaction turbine. So impulse means what? So whatever pressure is converted into kinetic energy is only in nozzle. So at the end of the turbine, okay, so at the end of the entering point of the turbine in case of Pelton wheel, the only kinetic energy is present, okay. So that's why we call it the impulse turbine. Now in case of reaction turbine, okay, so whatever changes of pressure is happen only in the runner, or we can say in the turbine. So there is no change of pressure in a penstock, or we can say any reservoir, okay. Whatever overall pressure changes in a blade, so that in turbine the reaction pressure is generated, and that pressure is called as a reaction pressure, and that turbine is called as reaction turbine, okay. So for example, Francis turbine, Kaplan turbine is the example of reaction turbine, and Pelton wheel and Turgot turbine is the example of impulse turbine. Now second, according to the direction of flow, this is one of the most important criteria according to direction. So first one is tangential flow, second one is radial flow, third one is axial flow, and last one is mixed flow. So in case of Pelton wheel we consider as a tangential flow at inlet, but in case of radial flow we consider Francis turbine. Then in case of axial flow we consider as a Kaplan turbine, and mixed flow So modern Francis turbine is a mixed flow type turbine. Then third one is according to the head at the inlet and sorry, according to the head at inlet of the turbine. So that is, first one is high head, second one is low head, and third one is medium head. So according to the head, high head means we already covered this part in a classification of hydraulic plant. So high head means we use Pelton wheel for high head. High head is also called as a high pressure turbine, and medium head. So we use Francis turbine, and for low head we use the Kaplan turbine. So you can practically see this turbine in Maharashtra. Okay, so for high head turbine in Koyna Dam, we consider first high head turbine is a Koyna Dam stage 1 is a Pelton wheel, and medium head we consider Kalyan. You know the Kalyan. Near the Kalyan one Shapur village is there, and in there Maharashtra government hydraulic project is there. So in that project Francis turbine is used. And for low head turbine, so in case of we consider in Radhanagiri Dam, so Kaplan turbine is there. Okay. So according to the specific speed, so first is low specific speed, medium specific speed, and high specific speed. For low specific speed, we use the Pelton wheel. For medium, we use Francis, and for high specific speed, we use Kaplan turbine. Means specific speed, it depends on the discharge. If you consider high discharge, means in case of Kaplan turbine, there is a low head and high discharge turbine. So in that case, so water is maximally striking to the blades, and that's why speed is maximum. Okay, so that's why we call it as a high specific speed turbine. Okay, now this is the overall classification and introduction of turbo machine. Thank you.